Hey, it's TK Irish at the Camp Kennerk podcast, and we have a special episode that people have been asking for, and it is what were they thinking? And it give you a classic example. Steve Harvey, great guy, known throughout the world, and he was the host for the Miss Universe pageant several years ago. And Steve doing a great job. He gets up there and he's going to announce the winner, and he announces the name. And there's the cameras, there's the crown going on, there's the tears coming down the face, only to find out Steve Harvey announced the wrong person. And he had to go back on stage and make the correction. So, Steve, my heart's out to you. It's but when you do something in front of 50 million people, it's tough to hide. But you came out there and you did your deal, and I appreciate that. But now, Kim Kardashian, she's never been known to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but everyone loves her. She's an influencer, and she has a TV show called The Kardashians. And in this one episode, her co-star Sarah Paulson were talking, and Kim was telling Sarah about the fact that the moonwalk back in 1969 didn't take place. It didn't happen. And well, Sarah was a little bit concerned and said, "Well, Kim, how'd you research this?" Her reply was, as a true Kardashian, TikTok. I got all the information from TikTok. Well, you got to imagine, everybody went viral on this. NASA got involved to correct the nightmare. So, Kimmy, keep it up because we love your heart, but you need to sharpen that knife a little bit. But hey, Michael Bolton, great musician. Everybody loves him, well respected. I love his music. Well, he was on Celebrity Jeopardy, and the question came out to be name the city that is built in canals. He pauses, he thinks about it, and then he comes back with the answer Venice Beach. Everyone looked. Uh, well, that's not right. That's not right, Michael. So, Michael, take my advice. Get a map. Study geography. Go back to class. But hey, it's all good fun, and he probably did that on purpose just to get a little laugh. But then, of course, we have the Ashlee Simpson debacle. Saturday Night Live. She's performing live on Saturday Night Live, and she's on stage. The music starts, and she's standing there, and she starts singing without moving her lips. Well, what happened was is they started the music too soon, and she was lip syncing the song, and she was caught off guard. So she just sort of stood there for a little while, made a little face, and then ran off the stage. So, Ashlee, we give you credit. You're a talented individual, but you need to get your ducks in the row. Doug the neighbor, what do you think about what were these people thinking that day, huh?
TK, so good to see you again for our Wednesday night chats. This is podcast number 96, and I have my little awesome Austin globe here that I am shaking to see what comes on out. And obviously, these people that you just talked about, what were they thinking? Our monthly little blurbs here about these people. In fairness to Michael Bolton, he spent all his life in California, Los Angeles. He's a musician. That's where he should live. They do have canals in Venice Beach. They do have them there, and they're famous. They've been there a long, long time. Built in the 70s. So, in fairness, he's an LA guy. So, and then Ashlee Simpson, she gets on stage. The timing was off. So is that her fault? Because the engineers back there, she does this, he hits the button, it's all fairness. And then Steve Harvey, he's just a presenter. he gets handed an envelope. He opens it on up and he says, "So who sandbagged who? And who takes the blame? You know."
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's they all laugh about it. Afterwards. Of course, it's a little embarrassing, but hey, that's life. Have a laugh about it, man. It's not the end
Right.
of the
Right.
world.
All right. Absolutely true. And then I have a situation like that where I showed up at someone's house for a party the day before the party because I had the dates all wrong with a date.
Oh,
Oh, Doug, the party's tomorrow night.
well, come on in anyways, and we'll have a chat. You
I'm
hear?
such a bonehead. I just, Jesus. And that's why I write everything down. And now my problem is I can't read my own writing. There you go. I can't read
Yeah,
it. Highlight everything. Well, TK, it's really good seeing you. And that's very interesting information about our foibles as human beings. Things happen. You just laugh at it and roll on, and what can you do? What can you do?
you say, well, next time, just watch me next time. Put
And of
me in,
course,
coach. I'm ready to go.
yeah, put me in, coach. I'm ready to go. And of course, more people watch that particular show than any other because it's a screw up and it's funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. The advertisers love it because they get more exposure.
They get more exposure, and that's why you and I are going to be a success because of all our screw ups.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I am back from my trip to El Paso, and we recounted a lot of details in podcast number 94, part one and part two. And that was lovely, and I really love that, appreciate that. But now I'm back to work, back to my life here, and I had to go get a haircut. I had to get the laundry done, go get a haircut, and I went down to my pal Kelsey Vernick down at Sunset Valley, and she gave me a little trim here. I look really good, so
Very,
I'm
very
looking
stylish. Very
very, very
stylish.
stylish. Yeah, not
She,
bad.
I guess she doesn't put a bowl over your head and just sort of trim around anymore, does she?
A couple of years, she's just going to be counting the hairs.
That's right.
$10. That's $10. But anyway, it's always good seeing her.
Well,
She's
Douglas, what you do next time is you go in and you say, I want a children's haircut.
yeah.
Huh? Well, right there, children's haircut with the price. I mean, they normally don't put age, right? I did that one time at a place I had never been to. And
Well,
they were
then that
going,
is,
but I said, hey, look, it doesn't say you have to be, under 15 years old.
yeah,
I just, that's what I want because I don't have much hair,
yeah,
so
yeah. That's true. And then it's discrimination saying no, you can't have a children's haircut or the children's plate, children's meal. I just want the children's meal. I don't
yeah.
want the. Yeah, I don't know. We live in a strange world, but anyway. So I'm traveling around awesome Austin, Texas, and I saw this really cute car. It was just kind of cute. Take a look at it. I think we have a picture of it.
Yeah, I think if you went through the red light, you don't need to have a camera to remind you what that car looked like.
That's true. That's true. A little small for me, but I just thought it was kind of cool. And then I was at the mall and I saw this metal sculptor, and there wasn't a plaque or anything there to uh, decide what it was or name it or anything like that. So I just called it Fat Turkey. And here's a picture of Fat Turkey. So, and I was standing there looking at it and go, Doug, you need to go on a diet. You hate too much Mexican food in El Paso. So that,
I just
I
want to see
relate, I related, I related to Fat Turkey.
well, I want to just see that drumstick when they cook it up for Thanksgiving.
Yes, yes. And then as I was going through the mall to see Kelsey get my hair cut, I saw this can that was the sidewalk at the mall was very clean. It was just very clean, but it was a can, a soda can or beer can, whatever it was, that was just laying there in the middle of nowhere. So I'm looking around. So I picked it on up, and it's on the can. It's got a map of Austin.
Let me see that.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
that area is a map of where I live. By
Oh,
the old the Lions golf course. So, and then went over to Mighty Fine Burger and got a nice burger and a Dr. Pepper, which I have right here, a little Dr.
got
Pepper.
mine right here too.
Had a cheeseburger from Mighty Fine, a cheeseburger and no fries, because we're cutting back, and then came on home, and here I am with you.
Well, great. Well, it's been a lot of fun to hear about your day and your trip there to El Paso. I would be interested to hear the versions from your fraternity brothers. There's always, 20 different sides to the story when you have a group like that. And it's self-interpretation, and they can tell their story and there's no one there to correct them. They could tell stuff about you that never occurred, but you'd never know.
Right, right. And I'm a very proud member of Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity, and I showed up at the reunion with my fraternity pin. I was the only one
Oh,
who had my fraternity pin. Everyone else had lost theirs or have no idea where it is, but I had mine. There you go. So I'm a very proud member. I had a great time in El Paso. We did a great job on the videos, podcast number 94, part 1 and 2 concerning El Paso. Now I'm back in awesome Austin, Texas. And TK, I got my Dr. Pepper. I'm talking to you on it's Wednesday night. That's June 17th, number 96, our podcast. I'm very, very happy. That's all I
good.
got for tonight. Play ball.
Aaron, go brawl.